ready? We will begin immediately. If you haven't yet entered the chat room, can enter the chat room and reply 1. So I will begin. If you can hear me, kindly reply 1. Hi everyone, welcome back to my live video. Okay, so today the topic is about, firstly, last night we have a forceful rebound for US, right? And then at the same time we have some news about some company acquisitions, and then it seems like, well, maybe the forceful rebound is caused by such kind of good news. Is it possible? Later we check. And then secondly, I will talk about the STI, right? So Singapore market, it continues witnessing the penny stocks prosper. So later we also check. So how do we deal with the Singapore stocks? And thirdly, still I will help you diagnose your own individual stocks, so you can get your stocks ready now. So later I ask you, you can just write your stocks down in the live chat section, or WhatsApp me privately if you don't know how to write in the live chat section, okay? Before we begin, I still need to remind you, all the stocks mentioned in the video are for the purpose of demonstration and education, not recommendation. Investors should be aware of the risks involved in stock trading and take full responsibilities for their own tradings. And for friends who haven't yet subscribed to my channel, you can just click the subscribe button, and beside the subscribe button you will see a bell. Just click the bell and choose option all, the first one, all, so that you will be informed immediately in future once I have new uploadings. Okay, so last night I mentioned the US, there is a forceful rebound, right? And at the same time we have some news about acquisitions. Firstly, we have Oracle. Oracle has beat Microsoft to buy TikTok. And secondly, Nvidia would buy the UK-based chip designer ARM Holdings for $40 billion. And thirdly, Geely Sense would acquire IMMU. Okay, so such happy good news about the marriages, the weddings in the stock market. That's good, right? And it seems like maybe the rebound is because of a lot of good news, such as the news about acquisitions, right? But is it really the truth? Not necessarily. Okay, so because yesterday I also mentioned that high probability, if the price for Nasdaq, it can remain above 138.2%, and it would be a higher probability the price would remain sideways within the 138.2 and 161.8% level of extended golden section, right? And we see last night the forceful rebound makes the price remain around the 138.2% level. So it's expected that the price can be volatile. It's not that easy that the price will just drop sharply or just go up sharply. Maybe that's already the past, that the price can go up all along at a very fast speed. That's already the history. So now we already enter the volatile mode for the US market. The price can be quite volatile. A lot of ups and downs, at least for near future, right? And so the rebound last night, actually, if you check the tech companies, let's go to the chart. You check the tech companies' performance for the tech companies. For example, Tesla, right? So Tesla last night is a very forceful rebound. It's a 12% positive change. The positive, it's a change of 12%, right? So it's a very forceful rebound, right? And then because of such kind of a big rise for the tech companies, and then that's why we see Nasdaq and S&P 500 rebounded very forcefully last night, right? And but still the question remains: can we buy Tesla? Okay, so sorry. So although it's a very forceful rebound last night for Tesla, still we see based on the red and white circle, currently still white circle, right? So white circle means that for short term, the downward momentum is still strong. It's downtrend for short term. And maybe this is a very forceful rebound, but once the price touch the white circle here, it will be very strong resistance. It's possible the price might turn downward. So if you buy here, you chase after the big rally last night, then it's possible that you might be stuck if the price faced with resistance and then turn downward again, right? And also don't forget the previous Tai Chi signal. The yellow Tai Chi signal will also be very strong resistance for Tesla. And unless in future we have a buy point again based on the red and white circle, and then meanwhile we check the retailers for multi-color dragon MCD, retailers disappear, then maybe we can consider to buy relatively safely again. But now it's very risky. Of course, you want to catch the small rebound here. Is it possible to catch? I also mentioned yesterday, if you check the mini chart, you can catch the rebound, the recent rebound. It's possible you can catch it. For example, if I switch to the real-time chart, I switch to US market, and then let's check the mini chart for Tesla. Okay, so let's check the mini chart for Tesla. This is still the daily chart, right? And then if I change to 30-minute chart, then you see in the 30-minute chart, ever since this Dow candle Apple penetrate the purple line here. The purple line is called the mean line, right? So this is trend expert. The purple line, the thick line, sometimes green, sometimes purple, is called the mean line. It represents the medium-term trend. So in the 30-minute chart, when we see the Dow candle, the red Dow candle upward penetrate the purple line here, then it means a change to a bullish. Considering we are checking the mini chart, it's not a real medium-term bullish turning, but we can call it for short term. It's a significant turning to bullish because we are checking 30-minute chart, not the daily chart, right? So means we may have opportunity to do some super short-term trading for short term. Meanwhile, we see deviation expert here. The money already began to flow in several days ago before the Dow candle upward penetrate the purple line, the purple mean line, right? So if you check the time, that's 14th September, just not last night. Last night, immediately after the market opened, so actually you already can buy Tesla, and then you will be able to catch the more than 10% 10% rebound last night. So if you really want to do such kind of speculation, you check the mini chart can do. But I mentioned already yesterday, right? So it's not a very safe way to make profit. It's quite risky and also requires a lot of experience. If this is not your type, maybe you can consider some other options. Still remember yesterday I also mentioned some other stocks, Nike, right? And then we see after the first risk cycle, I mentioned this Nike yesterday, and you see last night already went up, right? And the other one, Crocs, Crocs, the same industry as Nike, also footwear. And then last night is also a very good rise, 4.8%, okay, roughly 5%. And also McDonald, right? I also mentioned McDonald also yesterday the price went up, right? And then because last night the index rebounded, it means that many individual stocks also rebounded, right? But when the market, the general performance is bullish, so you cannot tell the difference between the real good stocks from those ordinary stocks or those who would drop in future. Only when the market is quite weak, the market begin to drop, then you realize which stock is the good one, right? So just like what Warren Buffett has mentioned, only when the tide is out, so we can know who has been swimmed naked, right? So only when the market begin to drop, then we know which stocks will be the real strong ones. And then we say that Tesla, wow, it's a very forceful rebound. So means this one is quite strong for now. But what if in near future, if there is sudden big drop again, can Tesla still remain so bullish? Not sure. If you feel not sure, maybe you better not touch it because it's very high. So it's necessary for the price of Tesla to drop significantly so that the trend can be healthier to continue going up. Okay, and then for Apple we see last night it's a very small rebound compared with Tesla. It's a very small, very ordinary rebound, right? So and then you continue to check some other high-tech stocks at a high position. Maybe then you feel that, wow, not sure if there is big drop in near future, then these stocks still can be so bullish. Then why not switch to those stocks maybe at relatively lower positions, like what I said, Crocs. Like this, right? So you see Crocs, actually the pattern is very beautiful. It's a very beautiful pattern because we have a very long time sideways area, roughly sideways here, and then finally the price break up the previous sideways platform and then begin to go up. So this pattern is very beautiful, and the position is very low, at a low position. It belongs to the consumer discretionary sector. So this sector hasn't been, the price hasn't yet gone up too much. It's not that high. Okay, so this is for the US market, the individual stocks we have checked. And then we continue to check. Just now we mentioned the several acquisitions, right? So firstly, about the Oracle, right? So Oracle acquired TikTok. So finally, Microsoft has failed to acquire TikTok, but in the end, the Oracle becomes the final winner. And then if we check the price for Oracle, last night it opened up high but closed low. It opened up high because of the news, right? So the successful acquisition, but it closed low. So because TikTok is still in the center of the trade war between China and US, even if the acquisition is very successful, then still in future a lot of problems remain here for Oracle to handle. But still, remember, Oracle also belongs to the digital technology sector, right? So you remember in my first live video, I mentioned about the prospect for digital technology, right? So because Oracle also in this field, so maybe after the acquisition and in future it can handle very well all the problems. Then maybe for Oracle in future it has chances, has opportunities. At least currently we see the trend. The trend is still uptrend, and currently we have some big boys, the red bar around 25%. It may have opportunity. And then last night it happened to be the first recycle, right? So remember, after the first recycle, if you want to try some short-term trading, you wait for the confirmation the following day. The close price should be higher than the high of the first recycle candle. The high price is $61.50. So if tonight the close price higher than the high price, $61.50, then short term is considered a buy point, a successful buy point. And also before the first recycle, we see the price also sideways there for a while. So the position is also quite low for Oracle, and this is the first time when the big boys begin to increase dramatically. So this pattern is okay. It's an okay pattern to check. And then NVIDIA would acquire ARM, right? So NVIDIA. So for NVIDIA, the chart for short term is still downtrend. It's still Y circle, right? And also influenced by the acquisition news, the price gap up open, but still it dropped low because for short term it's still in downtrend. So the Y circle in near future still would be a strong resistance, and also this previous yellow Tai Chi signal, right? And you can monitor this one. If in future you have a short-term buy point again, maybe you can try for short-term buy, but it's also at a very high position, so better you trade for short-term first. Okay, so this is NVIDIA, and then the other is Gilead, right? So Gilead Science is going to acquire the IMMU. Okay, so Gilead Science is still, wow, quite bearish, right? It's quite bearish. It's below the white lines of homely rainbow. Too much retailers, no big boys. And in future, the yellow line and white lines of rainbow will be very strong resistance. Better not to touch it. And then how about the performance for IMMU? Because this one, IMMU, is the stock, is the company that will be acquired by Gilead. So IMMU. Wow. Influenced by the acquisition news, it's a very good news for IMMU. So we see a very, very big upward gap. So the the price all doubled in just one day. Okay, so for such kind of big upward gap, big sudden rise in one day, can we catch it? So you have to be very lucky to catch it, unless you can buy it the day before the news announced. So this is not a way that you can make a constant profit. So if we only trade stock for once and then we quit forever, then maybe it's very easy to make profit in the stock market. At least you have a probability of 50%. Either you can make profit, you lose profit, then your success rate is 50%. If you are lucky enough to be the 50 to get the 50% successful probability, then you make money, and then you quit investing, then you make profit forever in the stock market. But that's not going to happen. So stock investment is a constant gaming. It's a constant game. So you have to trade again and again. This time you make profit, next time not necessarily. If you don't have a very constant method, an effective method to make sure you can make constant profit, then no use. Then for IMMU, such kind of big rise, it's not possible to catch based on any technical methods unless you have the news in advance. Then maybe it's possible. So don't try to focus your attention on such kind of rally, because it's you cannot learn the method. You cannot catch this kind of opportunity every time. Okay, and then also it means that the acquisition news in the stock market, it doesn't necessarily mean that the price might be boosted by the news, or it doesn't necessarily mean that the price will drop by the news. It depends on whether people's anticipation after the news is good or bad. And also the news has most of the news has very short-term impact on the price. So if you want to be safe and make very safe, reliable profits, you better check the chart. The chart always have the final say. The charts always have the final say, right? And for this IMMU, of course, it's not a good buy point. Although it's the first rate cycle, but it doesn't constitute a very good buy point, because upward gap, price is very far away from the rate cycle. For short term, it's too high, so it's not a good pattern to buy. So just now we mentioned Oracle. For short term, Oracle, this is a buy point, right? So we say you wait for the confirmation, maybe you can consider. This is some opportunities, chances you can control, rather than the sudden big jump which you cannot control, right? And yeah, so this is about the acquisitions. And then we continue to check the Singapore market, right? If I change back to local market, then we realize that STI continues to be the catwalk for the penny stocks. So the problem is you see every day we have a lot of stocks maybe rise by more than 20%, 50%, even 100%, right? So let me go back again. So you see, every day we have a lot of stocks, more than 10%, but the problem is we cannot control it. These stocks, penny stocks, the candlestick charts, irregular, inactive. So this kind of rally cannot last. Today it went up by 12%, 20%, but tomorrow nothing, or it dropped heavily. So for example, we check any chart. This one went up by 20% today, right? Let me switch back to the normal candles for you to check. Wow, you see, how do you trade this kind of chart? Irregular chart. So we have no chance for this kind of stock, right? So this is the problem for Singapore market. So do we if we check some, let's say for all this, just penny stocks, no regular stock except this gold CNMC. This one, the pattern is regular pattern and also Aviga, right? So CMNC, let me go back to the daily chart. Wow, see, this is normal candles. Normal candles you can control. You combine with the, wow, it happens to be the red circle, the buy point, right, for today. But you need to wait for the confirmation. If today after market close still red circle, means it's the real red circle, right? And then how about rainbow? Check rainbow a bit. Okay, so now we have resistance around the yellow rainbow lines. You need to be careful for these buy points. If the tomorrow price really can break up the yellow rainbow lines, maybe short term we have chance for 50p, right? And there's some other, let's say iFast. AIY. So iFast yesterday actually is a buy point, but today up until now the close price is still lower than the high price of the first red circle candle here. So the buy point is not yet confirmed, but still it may give us opportunity in near future for short-term trading. You can monitor this one. So the Singapore market, if you want to make profit, you really need patience. You have to wait for a long time before you can make profit. The price may remain sideways, no movement for a while before it really give you a big rally. Okay, so this is iFast. And then for some other, let's say DMO, Handwell. Okay, so Handwell, the trend is still up, but for this share the price is quite volatile. It's quite volatile, so it's not easy. So iFast may be a better choice. The candles, normal candles, right? And it's possible that in the future it may give us a rally. For Singapore market, the problem is just the penny stocks, inactive penny stocks. We call them just garbage, right? So this kind of garbage, most of them we cannot trade. Aviga previously several days rally, but then in correction, has been in correction until now. Although today it went up by around 7%, but still short term is bearish, white circle, right? So no chance now. So this is for Singapore market. If you feel that Singapore the chances are limited, maybe you can focus on some other markets, the US, maybe Hong Kong, maybe Malaysia stocks. Even Malaysia stocks may be stronger than the STI. Okay, so that's about the contents for today. And then the last part is finally we come to the stock diagnosis section. So do you have any stock you would like to diagnose for today? if you have stocks you want to check, you can write down. Okay, so here we get one. This friend wants to diagnose high P and 00520, right? So let's check high P. If you have stocks, you can write down in the live chat section. Okay, so let me check H17 high P. Wow, so high P. Currently, the price already below the blue lines of homely rainbow. For short term, also it's in correction because it's a white circle. Big boys already gone. Most of the big boys already gone, right? So now we have retailers increasing. It's quite bearish. Although today the price rebounded a bit, the resistance is too strong. Yellow line and white line and blue line, white line and yellow line above. Very strong resistance. Considering the energy supply is quite weak, it's not sufficient, the chances are very slim. For high P. And then some other stocks you'd like to diagnose. Okay, so you don't have any other stock to check. So okay, so just now this friend also want to check the other 00520, right? So this is Hong Kong stock, I think. Let me go to the end of day chart to check. 00520. Oh, okay, so this chart is just after the price just break up the white lines of homely rainbow, right? So we call it the birth of dark horse, right? So birth of dark horse means for long term. For long term, it's changing from bearish to bullish, but it doesn't mean that for short term it's a very good buy point. Birth of dark horse. So after it, whether or not we can buy, we need to check. Let's say short term is still white circle. White circle means not safe for short term. And also previous yellow Tai Chi signal also would be a strong resistance for future price performance. So but it may have great potentiality because currently the retailers gone. And big boys it has been around 50%, so can consider it as quite stable for the big boys, right? So it's good sign, means it may have potentiality in future. Only we have resistance around the previous yellow Tai Chi and also the white circle. For short term would be a resistance. Yeah, it would be resistance. And some other stocks you'd like to check. Do you have some other stocks? Okay, so yeah, just saw it. So capo DC rate. Okay, let's check capo DC rate. Oh yeah. Okay, so capo DC rate. I think this friend must be our member, homely member. I think you have checked the red circle, right? Yeah, it's red circle. Yesterday it's red circle, and for multicolor dragon tell you that this share also is quite strong. Energy supply is sufficient, and if today the close price higher, currently the price if it's higher than the high of yesterday's price, then it's a confirmed buy point. Let's check the real-time chart. AJBU, right? AJBU. Well, yeah, today is it's a confirmed buy point. Yeah, for short term, Yeah, it's a good one. Actually, for rates, and you check a lot of rates, they are less stronger than AJBU because for them, the big boys are quite a small amount, but for AJBU, the big boys have been quite strong. That's why this rates is stronger than the rest. We say usually the rates are quite slow, but this one is actually quite strong. Yeah, it's a good rates to take. Yeah, and then for some other 2836. This is Malaysia stock. 2836. Wow, this is Malaysia stock. It's quite bearish, right? So white rainbow lines and blue, yellow all downward. Price is below the yellow, and retailers almost around 75%, above 75%. No big boys. It's quite bearish, but for short term, we see we have a risk cycle. Remember, risk cycle in the downtrend may not be that reliable, but here we have a blue Tai Chi signal. Currently, we are checking the Tai Chi, right? So this is the blue Tai Chi. If today the price above the high of the blue Tai Chi, it's regarded as a bottom catch buy points. Bottom catch is tricky, but if you check the Tai Chi signal, your success rate can be higher. But if in future it failed, you need to stop loss. You need to set your stop loss level. For example, this bullish candle, you set a half of this bullish candle here, yesterday candle half as your stop loss. And if today the price just go up, you can just do the bottom catch. The future target price, yellow lines, blue lines, and white lines. Yeah, it's maybe we have bottom catch chance for this share. 2836. I didn't check the real-time chart for today. You can check yourself. If today the price already higher, you check the close price already higher than the high of yesterday candle, the blue Tai Chi, then it's a bottom catch signal, right? But the resistance levels are here for you to check. Okay, some other shares, let me check. RIO, right? So RIO. Yeah. Oh, okay. So for RIO, this is the 11th September is the first race cycle, and we also have a sideways platform, and the price actually break up. Yesterday the price is open high but close low, right? But it's still around the close price of the first race cycle. So means currently for short term you can still hold if you have already bought, but you remember to set your stop loss. The half level of this bullish candle around $63.34, around that level. If the price remain above that level in near future, still can hold. If it drop below, better you leave first. Means the buy point is not the proper one, because the software, the success rate is not 100%, but it's very high. It's 87.4%. So you follow it. Most of the times you will be successful and make a profit, and sometimes great profit. But sometimes you may fail. But when you fail, you stop loss. Never forget to set your stop loss level. So this one still can hold. Okay, C61. Capital Land, I think these kind of stocks chances are quite slim. We see price now remain below the yellow rainbow lines, so it's long-term, medium-term downtrend. Currently still a white circle. So for such kind of blue chips, Singapore blue chips, most of them no hope. Yeah, even DBIs I think may not be very good choices for now. Okay, and then S68, right? SGX. So for SGX, in my previous videos, I talked about this share. If you're interested, you can go to my channel and check my previous video. I have done a very detailed analysis about SGX. Okay, so SGX is not a very good choice for most of the investors. Either for short-term trading or for medium-term or long-term trading is not a very good choice because the price can be quite volatile. Why it's so volatile? Because you see, for most of the times, the yellow candle, the yellow color here, representing the speculators, right? The hot money, they take control for most of the times. For this candlestick, the price will be very volatile. The price will be very volatile. It's not easy to trade this candlestick. You know, I mentioned for many times, picking the right choice, picking the right stock is far more important than working hard. If you have picked the right stock, then it will be very easy to make profit. You can make profit effortlessly. But if you have picked wrong stock, such as SGX, even if you have a very rich experience, you have very good skills, trading skills and knowledge, then still your profit is very limited. And also sometimes you no profit and you have exerted a lot of efforts, but in the end the effect is very it's not that satisfying, right? And then for some other just now we were checking the other one, RIO, right? So if you try this kind of stock, RIO, right? So this kind of stock with big boys take control, no retailers. So you make profit, it will be much more easier for you because the price will be quite stably go up, and will go up at a very fast speed if the share is controlled by big boys. Okay, so for this friend, so after today, maybe you realize that in future you need to pick some other better stocks than SGX. You need to pick the good stocks, the right stock, the strong stocks. Okay, especially in such kind of market, very weak, right? So currently it's quite weak, the stock market. In such kind of market, you better stick to the strong stocks. Okay, so yeah, so I think that's all for today because we have the time limitation. You can save your stocks. If you still have some other stocks to check, then you can let me know tomorrow, right? Okay, looking forward seeing you tomorrow. Bye bye.